Hi friends, it's Carolyn Zook here with C6 Stitch, and today is Saturday, July 30th, 2022. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm so glad that you are here spending part of your day or your evening with me. It has been a very busy week. This is my last week of vacation. I go back to work on Monday. It's been a very productive month. I've gotten, I don't want to say everything done, but a lot done on the house, which I'm really thrilled about. You saw my craft room tour. I am still replying to comments on last week's video and the craft room tour. But you can see, I should have done it before. I didn't even, before shot, I didn't even think of that. But yeah, it feels really good in the house. I've taken 3 huge carloads to Goodwill this month, so that feels really good. And yeah, I'm really pleased with the progress that I've made. Also in progress, I know a few of you keep asking, have I sold my dining room table yet? Well, sort of. I mean, you can see I'm still here. I have an interested buyer who has put down a deposit. So she's just waiting to sell her own table. And I told her that if she put down a deposit, I'm willing to hold it for her. Because I'm not really in any specific rush necessarily at this point. So she was really happy with that, and she really likes the table. So I have taken it off the market, and hopefully it will work out. I attended a musical on Sunday. I went to see Hadestown with a friend of mine who invited me along. It was a wonderful musical. I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know much about the musical. I generally like musicals, but I didn't know much about the story behind it. It was so good. It was really good. So it was really fun, and it was fun to do something a little bit out of the ordinary after working so hard all month. So that was really fun. I didn't get any stitching in last Sunday, but that was, other than that, it was fun to get out of the house a little bit. We have been having a heat wave in the Portland area, as I know many other parts of the country are having a heat wave as well. We have been in the upper 90s to low 100s for 8 days now or so, which for us is very hot. It is very unusual, and I'm kind of over it. So it started, I don't know what day. I can't even remember what day it started. Well, last week when I did the video, I think I was saying, oh, it's 65 degrees and the heat wave is coming. The heat wave came. I think it started on Sunday, and it'll go through, I think, through tomorrow. And then Monday it's supposed to get better. So fingers crossed, because I mean, again, I'm very lucky to have air conditioning, but I'm kind of over the heat and paying for air conditioning. But anyway, so that's my weekly recap. I mean, I feel like this month went really fast, but I got a lot done around the house. So I'm really happy. Like, I feel, okay, I'm going into the new school year, kind of not necessarily refreshed, but I feel like things are in a good position to kind of move forward. So that's fun. One exciting thing, so I'm filming a little bit later than I normally do for a couple of reasons. One, we had our magazine monthly challenge Facebook group Zoom call. We meet monthly. It's usually the last Saturday of the month. So if you would like to join us in the magazine monthly Facebook group, the events, announcements, and the Zoom link are always in there. So that was really fun to visit and chat with some people. And then I also met with Tina of Tina Stitches and Kim of Stitch and Stuff, and we had a meeting about the Stitching Shelf SAL. Stitching Shelf is Heaven and Earth Designs. It's artwork by Amy Stewart, and as you know, we've talked about this. We will be starting it together on August 12th, which is a Friday, and that is World Cross Stitch Day. So we had a little meeting because we have set up a Facebook group. We actually filmed just a brief video about like how we're organizing our floss and tips and tricks and things like that. It's just kind of a casual conversation. And so I'm not sure which video you will see first, but there'll be that one or this one, but it will also be on Kim's channel, Stitch and Stuff, and Tina Stitches on her channel as well. So you can go to any of those places and see that video. So if you're looking for tips or to join us, we also have a Facebook group. I'll link it down below. It's just called A Stitching Shelf Sal. That you can join and follow along. Even if you've already started it and want to pick it back up, that's perfectly fine. We're happy to have you. So we did that this morning. So now I'm filming. Q&A, because I haven't gone through all the comments yet, I don't have a Q&A discussion for us today, so I apologize. I really love, that's one of my favorite things about doing these videos is doing the Q&As and learning from all of you. So I have not done that, so I don't have that section for you this week. So let's get right into WIPs. Shockingly, I actually did not stitch anymore on cat alphabet. I really thought I was going to, and I think this week was kind of, my brain was starting to transition into going back to work, and, you know, with the heat and, you know, I was really pushing really hard to get everything done that I wanted to around the house since it was my last week. So it's just a bit more worn out this week. It was a bit more frenetic pace, if you will. So I didn't do any more on cat alphabet. I did pull out, however, Cardinal Cottage. This is one of my other Haze. This is artwork by Donna Gelsinger. So this is what it will look like. And my goal on this piece is just about 3 hours a month right now. And I am stitching this on 18 count Aida. And this is where I got to. So I did, you might not be able to see, but I did some fill-in around here. So I kind of brought this down a little bit more. And I did some fill-in up here. After stitching on cat alphabet all month long, I feel like, 3 hours isn't very much time on this piece. But I did some fill-in, just kind of around and, you know, made a little bit of progress. I mean, this whole thing, I've been doing it 3 hours a month. So, I mean, the progress adds up over time, right? The consistency, I think, is really important, really key. I got a total of 322 stitches in on this piece during my 3 hours, and I am now at 0.68% done with that piece. So that piece is it's bigger than cat alphabet. It's quite a bit bigger. Then I pulled out my Death by Cross Stitch. This was one of the WIPGO pieces for this month, and this is what it will look like when it's all done. It's by Long Dog Samplers. And I'm up in here. I kind of started moving across. So I did a little work over here. And then I can't remember. I can't remember where I went. Let's take a look. Even though I just stitched on it. I'm stitching this on 32 count Silvery Moon Lagana. And I'll show you the whole thing, and then I'll show you a close-up. Here's what it looks like. And I'm using the color conversion by Jan Hicks that she used for Hoity Toity. I'm just incorporating the same colors, and I'm just picking them at random, really. So I did this. I worked a little bit on this border down here, and that basically filled up my Q-snap. And then I moved my Q-snap, so I came up here and I started filling in this border. You can see I had to take out, I changed my mind on the color. Like I had this dark blue going all the way across, but I had to take it out. And I'll have to fill it back in when I pull it out next time. So because this border is going to be in that color. So just a little bit of border work. This completed the WIPGO. So I'm pretty happy with the progress on WIPGO. So this whole month, I mean, I got this little triangle in, this border in, all of this border, finished up this border, and started on this border. This border kind of goes far across in that one. So I'm pretty happy with the progress. I mean, it's slow, right? But we're getting there, slowly but surely. And I really like stitching on this piece. This is a fun piece. So this is on WIPGO board a couple more times this year. So we'll be seeing it quite a bit this year yet, because for my WIPGO goals, each block or each call is 12 hours. So we'll be getting another 24 hours on Death by Cross Stitch, which is super fun. And then the other WIPGO piece for this month is Winter Quakers by Rosewood Manor. And this is what it will look like. And I was working over here, and then I actually started in on this big, huge motif right here. And I am stitching this on the called for Picture This Plus 28 count dwarf. And so this is what it looks like from afar. It's very wrinkly because it's a linen. But let me show you close up where I stitched. So I finished this motif, did all these little snowflakes around. I did this motif and this one and more of the snowflakes. And then that was the end of page 3. So then I moved everything over to start page 4, which is the start. You can see I have the start of this big snowflake diamond in here. So that finished up my WIPGO for 2020, or not 2022, for July. So that's exciting as well. Yeah, so this one I think is still on the Q-Snap a couple more times, or not the Q-Snap, oh my goodness, on the WIPGO board a couple more times this year. So this will be coming out again. So don't you worry about that. So that feels good to like kind of get out of that top row, because as I mentioned, I think last week, this is the project that I have the least amount, or of the 4 season Quakers, the winter is the one I have the least amount done. So that's what I worked on this week. It doesn't feel like a whole lot, but except for last Sunday, I stitched, the time that I wanted to every single day, which was about 3 hours. So I don't know. I have no haul, none. And so we'll jump right into giveaways. This is going to be a very short video. Giveaways. So from last week's giveaways, we are giving away this fall cross stitch light fall chart. Before I get into giveaways, if you're expecting the giveaway from me, I ran out of mailers, so they were just delivered by Amazon late last night. So, the post office is closed today, but I'll have to go maybe on Monday on my lunch break. I'm working from home for the next couple of weeks, which will be nice. So I'll have a little more flexibility to be able to run errands on my lunch break. But if you're expecting something from me, I haven't mailed it yet because I ran out of mailers, but they just came in. So for this piece, we said the code word was fall, and the winner is Megan Rao. So Megan, if you can please send me your address at czugstitch@gmail.com, and I will get that sent out to you. Next up, we had this Cricut collection it's called Seasonings, and we said the code word was season, and the winner of this is Linda Fisatola. Linda wins all the time, you guys. Like, I hear her name called on other Flosstubes. She's won so many times on my Flosstube. She just has that magic touch. So, Linda, I think you need to go buy a lottery ticket, honestly, because you win all the time, and it's great. All right, and then we were giving away the 2019 Christmas Ornaments issue of Just Cross Stitch Magazine, and the winner of that is Shazne12. So, Shazne, I need your address as well. So, please go ahead and email me at czugstitch@gmail.com, and I will get that sent out to you. Linda, I don't need your address. I already have it. I'm not going to do any giveaways for this week just because I feel a little bit behind with running out of mailers and all that. So I'm going to just put a pause on the giveaways for right now and then see where we are at once I go back to work and all that. Okay, so plans coming up. So I still need to film the Hearthside Craftworks stand video. I'm going to try to get to it. Don't know if I'll have time today. I might have time tomorrow. We'll just have to see. But I have not forgotten about it. It is on my list. I just need to find the right time to do that. But for August, so for August plans, for the magazine monthly acrostic, or theme and acrostic, the theme is trees. It is Robin from Bird's Eye Stitches. It is Robin's birthday month, so she got to pick the acrostic and the theme is trees. And so I'm going to be stitching on, I did bring it down, but Trimming the Tree by Bendy Stitchy. It is a small ornament that I had started a couple years ago. I want to get it done. My goal is to finish it this year, so I'm going to give it a little bit of time in August. Trimming the Tree. And then the acrostic is either bird or birdhouse, or you can do both if you want to. I'm just doing bird because it's fewer letters. And so early bird bouquets will be for the B in bird, which you saw, I think, last week. The I is going to be glitter houses for iridescent because it's on sparkly fabric. R is Autumn Quakers by Rosewood Manor. And the D is going to be for Christmas dinner. As I mentioned before, I'm also going to be starting a stitching shelf on August 12th for World Cross Stitch Day, and I'd like to give that a few days to get a good start on it. The Garan Focus on a Designer for the month of August is Bent Creek, and I have that piece called Educated. It's a cat with glasses sitting on top of a pile of books. So I started that earlier this year, and I hope to get it done this in August. So that shouldn't be too hard to do. I'm also going to be starting the Prairie Schooler Alphabet with Jan of Jan Hicks Creates. So we're going to be starting that near the end of the month as like a back to school piece. So I'm excited about that. I am going to be working on Cardinal Cottage. Every month I try to give it the 3 hours. I think I'm going to be just, as of right now, just because I kind of ran out of days in the month, I'm going to not work on Cat Alphabet. Although if I do end up with like for example, Educated, I gave it 2 days to work on. If I only need one, then maybe I can slip in 3 hours on Cat Alphabet, which I would like to. But if not, I feel like I got more than enough hours in on it this month, which I will calculate all the hours and stitches and all that and do kind of the stats for next week so that we can see how far I got. And then the WIPGO numbers were drawn. I love it when she draws them a day early. So it was number 20 and 25. Number 20 for me is Winter Quakers, so you'll be seeing that again next month. And number 25 is Summer Quakers, so a lot of Quakers happening in August. Now, my plans for the week are to continue working on Winter Quakers. And so you'll see that. Oh, that'll be for today. I have one more round on that. Sorry, I was just thinking. I have one more stitching round on that today to finish up my 12 hours. So I'll do that today. And then tomorrow I'll be pulling out Hearthside Christmas by Erica Michaels. Now this is also for the Garan Focus on a Designer for the month of July. Is Erica Michaels. And I'm also starting this with, Jan started this and we worked on it together this month. It says, friends for your fireside, a wreath for your door, more pleasure at Christmas than ever before, contentment and laughter, good times and good cheer, and peace to go with you all through the new year. So I've been working on this on Sundays during the month of July, except for last Sunday. So I'm going to work on this tomorrow. And this is where I am at. So I'll probably just continue filling in the Q-snap, before I move it. So maybe bringing this border down, filling in some work there before I move the Q-snap over. I'll probably move it over to get the right-hand side done before I do the bottom part. And this is stitched on Color and Cotton 32 count pearwood. So that will come out tomorrow. And then we start August. And in August, which starts on Monday, I'm going to do my 3 hours on Cardinal Cottage again. So you'll see that again next week. And then I will be doing Autumn Quakers, which every month I am trying to get 12 hours in on each month. And this is by Rosewood Manor. And so my goal is to finish it this year. I am, let's see, where am I? I'm kind of right over here. I think just starting page 6, 7 I think I'm on the last row. This is on the called for, which I've completely forgotten, which I should know by now. I don't know why I've forgotten it, but 28 count, picture this plus doubloon, I think it is. All right, so this is where I am at, right here. So several of you pointed out, not several, a few of you pointed out last week, or last time I showed this, that these two motifs are, what did you say? You said you might have to put a lasso around them to bring them back into the border. I didn't even notice this. So thank you so much to those of you who pointed this out. These two motifs are, you can see they're outside the border. And it's because they should be, I should have counted off of this flower, not this flower. So I'm going to be taking those out. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Take those out and put them in the right place. So off of this one, and that should bring them back in line with everything. And then it looks like I need to work on this motif and this motif. So I'll be kind of working over here. So I guess I'm not quite done yet with page 6, but I'll work in that area this week as well. So that is Autumn Quakers. And I think that is everything I have for you today. I'm sorry it was so short. Like I said, without the Q&A and haul and all of that good stuff, you know, there's not, oh, one thing I forgot to tell you about. Melanie of Soulful Stitching started a new Facebook group called 25/7. I'll link it down below. And the whole idea is you work on a piece, any piece, 25 minutes a day, every day, and you just see what progress you can make. So I'm going to participate in that as much as I can, and I have a piece in mind for it. It's a model stitch, so I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say or not say. So I will check with the designer and see what I'm allowed to say. I'm assuming I don't know. Sorry, my neighbor across the street is pulling out of her garage, and it looked like she was really close to the edge where her mirror was going to come off. So I was very focused on that. So it seems like she got out of her garage okay, just for those wondering. But let me check with the designer and see what I'm allowed to say or show or anything like that. I have to order the threads from 123 Stitch, so I'm going to go do that today while this is uploading. But that's, I think, is going to be my 25/7 piece. We're starting August 1st. I'll link the link down below for the Facebook group if you want to join us over there. Okay. Other than that, I do think that is everything I have for you this week. I plan to be back next week, and I hope you have a wonderful week. If you're in a heat wave, I hope you are taking good care of yourself and drinking lots of water, and I will see you next week. Bye.